Greetings. Welcome to Top Boxing, the channel you come to for the other perspective. This is the weekend review for January 12th, 2020. First fight we're going to take a look at is the MUNGUIA O'Sullivan fight. Very good fight. I actually called it for the 7th round. He actually had a chance to get him out of there in the 7th round. But I think one of the things MUNGUIA was working on was patience. He didn't want to jump on him. I think he said that in the after fight press conference that that's when he was hitting the hardest. Sullivan meaning he was hitting the hardest whenever he was getting in trouble. So great fight. I think after Hogan, another tough fight for MUNGUIA. It doesn't get any easier from here. I think what Sullivan was trying to do, for the most part, he was absorbing the punches. He had 8 months to get ready for this, so he was absorbing the punches. That was part of his plan, just to get inside and dish his own punishment. He wanted to punch in between and catch MUNGUIA. That was his plan. He was coming forward. He was not going backwards, except for a few parts in the fight. So he was pushing the bigger man. MUNGUIA even looked bigger at 160, and it seems like he was wearing the weight quite well. MUNGUIA took some big punches in this fight. Seems like O'Sullivan may punch harder than Hogan did, because you could see he was affected. He rocked him at the end. Which round was that? Was it the 6th round? Can't recall which round, but he rocked MUNGUIA. They may have been saved by the bell. It would have been a hell of an upset. MUNGUIA can take a great punch. I have to give him credit. O'Sullivan was able to catch MUNGUIA with some great clean right hands, clean shots upstairs to the body, and he was able to push MUNGUIA back. So some things that they need to work on. As far as MUNGUIA, he improved. Footwork looked better. He was able to move fluidly. He still got caught in the corners too much, for my liking, against the ropes a little bit too much. He let guys tee off of him a little bit too much. But I saw an improved jab, and when he was using it, when he tightened it up, and when he was sharp, he was giving Sullivan a lot of trouble. That punch was very effective for him. So, and he used it in spots, and the back end of the fight, he kind of went back to his old self, but he used it in spots and he worked well. So something that he needs to keep working on, moving up in opposition and in class. So great fight. MUNGUIA stopped him in the 11th. Trouble started in I think at the end of the 7th for O'Sullivan, but he kept fighting. O'Sullivan, I give him credit. He kept fighting. For a 35-year-old man, he looked like he was in decent shape. Probably would have given him a chance to go and finish the fight, but it was a good stoppage because he was taking some punishment. On and all, MUNGUIA at the end called for Canelo. He called for the Charlos. I would implore the Charlo to take that fight, because I think he stops him. And as far as Canelo, I think he goes 12th round with Canelo. But great fight this weekend. Enjoyed watching it. And now to the next one. Wow, what a fight with the ladies. Wow, the Zern versus JIMINEZ, La Tigre. Wow, the ladies stole the night. I have another video about that just for the ladies, so I'm not gonna take too much. I'm just gonna kind of go over the superficial stuff here. The Zern landed 179. She landed more punches than JIMINEZ. She landed the cleaner punches. Now, Jiminez was coming forward, straight ahead, full. She was a matador in there. She was, and Nazir was a red cape because she was coming. She was a bull. So it was incredible. These ladies fought from the beginning. There was no filling out moments in this fight. It was let's go from get go. So tremendous fight. DAZN landing the cleaner punches. It was a brutal pace for DAZN. Not something I think she was ready for. From round one, going back to her corner, you could see her legs was giving her away. She strayed a little bit from the game plan, it seems, but there was no way to stay on that whatever that game plan was, which was to come forward, because Jiminez was not gonna go backwards. That was the plan. Whatever you do, do not go backwards, and she executed that to a T. In fact, towards the end of this fight, she was just falling forward. She was tired too. They were both tired. DAZN more on her back foot, going backwards as Jiminez kept coming forward or falling forward towards the end, because both of these ladies give everything they had. Cardio for me for DAZN needs tremendous work. The legs got to get stronger. Got to put the rounds in. I don't know what the schedule is as far as sparring and things like that. Her conditioning coach, something has to give. Good punching power, but wasn't enough. She rocked her a few times. She rocked Jiminez a few times, but she just kept walking right through those punches. The weight difference was just too much. Her coming from heavyweight down to fight DAZN, just you could see the size difference. You could see DAZN had decent punching power, but just wasn't affecting La Tigre in the way that it should have to earn her respect. She just kept coming forward. DAZN earned the heart of the champion today. Not today, yesterday evening. She earned that. So for that reason, for sticking in there after the 5th round, I don't know how she was going. She was just on automatic. I don't know how she did it. So I give her all the credit in the world. Now she has to go back and rebuild. As for Jiminez, La Tigre, strong fighter, strong chin, just all around a pressure fighter. She called out CLAREESA Shields. I'm not sure what weight they would meet to make this happen, but she's a problem because I don't see how CLAREESA earns her respect, because she doesn't have that kind of punching power. I think she loses. I take a look at it a little deeper, but on the surface, it looks like she loses to this lady. She's too strong. She's too relentless, and CLAREESA needs space. She's a boxer. She's not a puncher. So let me know what you think on that as well, if that fight was to happen. Now, for the jewel of the night. Now, just as DAZN gets the award for the heart of the champion, Mr. FRANCHON-CREWS gets the jewel of the night. This kid with 4 fights did just what he was supposed to do. He knocked out this gentleman right here because he was not supposed to be in the ring with him, and he showed it. 6'4", very strong kid. Seems to be a really nice kid. Has a really bright future, so it's time to keep an eye on this, the jewel of the night from yesterday evening. So Tristan, congratulations on your win, on your 4th win, and the best of luck to you going forward. I hope to see you many more times under the Golden Boy Productions banner. Almost forgot to cover this particular fight, Franco versus Burgos, a barn burner, Mexican style. Franco, tremendous patience, hell of a right hand, managed to stop Burgos in the 9th round. Started a little slow. I think Franco gave away the first 2 rounds. Not that he wasn't in it; they were filling each other out. But Burgos came out just firing from. I thought it was going to be a different fight starting in the first round, because Burgos was landing and he was doing some damage. But Franco, I think, blocked most of his shots, but that doesn't mean you don't feel it. So it was a tremendous fight, quite entertaining. Robert Garcia said he lost the first 3 rounds as far as Franco's concerned, but I think he started to come on in the 3rd round. I see a bright future for this kid. Uh, and like I said, a great fight. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. Didn't plan to cover it, so I'm not gonna talk too much on it. But it was a great fight. It's good enough. You should go back and watch it. Well, this fight here is a good example is when you come in here with not having a plan. Joe Smith Jr. probably should have knocked Jesse Hart out the ring just like he did his mentor, because he came in the ring with what seems like other confusion. I'm not sure what the plan was. I'm not sure if the plan was to run away all night. Joe Smith, a guy that fought once in 2017, once in 2018, and once in 2019, been laid off for the last 10 months, came in and looked like he fought 1 or 2 months ago. He was fresh, he was strong, and he was sharp. So what's Jesse Hart's excuse? Because he was talking a whole lot of smack running up to this fight of what he was going to do. So this guy's an imposter until he shows us otherwise. Or is Joe Smith just that good? So, you know, I'm not sure. I think it's time for Joe Smith to move up in opposition and fight some of the bigger and better names in the division. So we'll wait and see. But definitely Jesse Hart's going to have to look at himself, look at what the game plan was, and how they could have done better. It was a horrible game plan. I don't think you ever have a game plan to run all night. And it just tired him out. And Joe Smith had a lot to do with that. He came in, he was aggressive. He was ready to really knock him out the damn ring. So not really a whole lot to say about this because it was just too much unnecessary movement from Jesse Hart. I give him the No Heart Award because he just didn't come to fight. So we'll see how good Joe Smith is, when he steps up in opposition. He seems like a very good fighter. He seems like a B-level fighter on the cusp. So let's wait and see. I'm not going to pass judgment, but this was not the fight to really take a good look at Joe Smith, having been out the ring for 10 months. Well, you leave the best for last. If you looked at this tail of the tape here, you'd think that HABAZIN was the champ. But Claressa Shields, or I should say Claressa T-Rex Shields, show us why she is the GOAT. She still have much to show us. I think her biggest tests are in front of her, 2020, 2021. Should she fight the likes of JIMINEZ that just caught her out just yesterday evening? Or the likes of Amanda Nunes. Wherever that fight takes place, it will still be a barn burner. Now, I saw some improvements in Claressa Shields. And for that, Claressa gets the Boss Award for that evening. I think she's much improved as far as her jab is concerned. I think what set the fight up for her early on. Get that jab, nice stiffer jab. It's a lot stiffer than it used to be. So, much improved. I saw her controlling distance much better because what HABAZIN was looking for was to trade in between. And she wasn't able to do that. HABAZIN looked different. I'm not sure what was going on. Her movement wasn't the same. Her foot movement, her upper body movement was not the same. So I think part of that was because of how good Claressa was. But nonetheless, she did not fight. She did not look like the same fighter. She may have aged a little bit overnight. So we'll wait and see what happens with HABAZIN. But the sky is the limit for Claressa, for Miss Shields. Fastest boxer ever, man or woman, to win 3 world titles in 3 different divisions. So congratulations to her. And much luck in 2020 and 2021. I hope she has a great year. But the elephant in the room is she's been called out by newly crowned La Tigre Jiminez. So she's going to have to deal with that and figure out what weight that they want to fight at. That is a tough fight for her. If she is to be the greatest woman of all time, she's going to have to prove herself and her boxing skill will come into play. We see that DAZN had lots of trouble trying to get away from Latife. So I'm curious as to what the game plan is going to be. She executed her game plan against HABAZIN perfectly. I give her an A+. That's why she gets a Boss Lady of the Night award, and wish her nothing but the best for 2020. Congratulations, champ, and Godspeed.